Here's the latest. President Donald Trump forcefully rejected a reporter's claim that Iran showed no signs of ending the conflict during a White House exchange. Trump said the reporter had no knowledge of behind-the-scenes diplomacy and maintained that Iran was seeking talks under increasing military pressure. The heated exchange quickly drew widespread attention online.
Mr. President, there are no signs that Iran is ready to stop fighting. So what is the plan? Is the plan to just keep bombing until they give up?
There are no signs. What, do you know something that I don't know?
Well, they continue to attack our allies and kill Americans.
You don't know what the dialogue is behind the scenes, that they want to meet desperately to try and end it because they're getting decimated. You don't get that when you listen to your fake station, but you don't know anything.
So talks are
you know
still
something
possible,
that I
likely?
don't know? Do you know something I don't know?
Well, tell us.
I will tell you, they want to desperately meet, and until they're ready to meet in a meaningful way, we have no interest in even.
This just in. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Senator Ron Wyden clashed during a tense Senate hearing after Wyden pressed the administration on economic oversight. Bessent responded by referencing reports about Wyden's son and his past association with Jeffrey Epstein, shifting the exchange into a heated personal confrontation that quickly gained attention online.
Let's be clear here. Nobody is interested in the ramblings of a capo in the most corrupt regime in American history. We want to get some facts about this deal. That's what we're here for. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and I will ask my questions first today.
And we would like to hear what Adam Wyden and Jeffrey Epstein talked about. Your son's largest investment position was Rick's Cabaret. So did your son and Jeffrey Epstein talk about pole dancing as he begged him for money using your limited credibility?
Meanwhile, a Washington, D.C. police officer was seriously injured after being struck by a vehicle while assisting a disabled motorist on Interstate 695, less than a mile from the U.S. Capitol. A major police and National Guard response followed as the officer was rushed to the hospital. Authorities are investigating the incident, turning now to immigration. The Trump Justice Department has activated the Alien Terrorist Removal Court for the first time since Congress created it in 1996, filing its first ever sealed case to seek the removal of a suspected foreign terrorist. The court allows classified evidence in national security cases, but the proceeding. Turning now to Washington, Vice President J.D. Vance and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth briefly exchanged remarks with protesters during a visit to Union Station, where they were meeting National Guard troops. As demonstrators booed, Vance pointed toward one protester and said he opposed law and order in the community. The exchange quickly spread across social media, fueling renewed political debate. At this hour, a heated school board meeting in North Carolina drew national attention after critics accused a local school district of recommending books containing explicit sexual content for young students. During public comments, speakers questioned Superintendent Mo Green about age-appropriate classroom materials, while district leaders defended their review process. The controversy has fueled a broader debate over parental rights and school curriculum.
Santa's husband. This book tells the story of Santa, his husband, and their life at the North Pole. And I want to assure everyone this is the true story of Mr. and Mr. Claus. Is this approved? Is this what you're telling the children to read? Is this okay in your guidance?
I'm not aware that that book is.
You're the superintendent. You're not aware of what's going on in your school system? You don't know what's printed? It's trash. That's what good that is. Here's a great one here. These are my eyes, this is my nose, this is my vulva, these are my toes. I'm going to read a passage for you out of it. This is for your school. Some boys have a penis, but not all boys do. To always use your manners, may I ask what I can call you? This is damn trash. Pure trash you're putting to these children. And again, here we go. It isn't rude to be nude for 4-year-olds approved by your district. I hope y'all can see what these children, 4-year-olds, are looking at. Nude photos. Freaking trash. Do you think it's appropriate for 4-year-olds to be exposed to naked men and women and soft porn?
No, it's not appropriate that students are exposed to porn, but I don't have any knowledge that
then why
those
are these
books
recommended
part.
in your school district? It's
I
on your page.
I have no knowledge that those books are recommended.
New tonight. President Donald Trump, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller sharply defended the administration's immigration policy. During a White House exchange over a deported Salvadoran national, Rubio argued foreign policy rests with the president, while Miller cited a Supreme Court ruling supporting the administration's position. The tense exchange quickly became a major political flashpoint.
I don't understand what the confusion is. This individual is a citizen of El Salvador. He was illegally in the United States and was returned to his country. That's where you deport people, back to their country of origin. Except for Venezuela, that wasn't refusing to take people back, or places like that. I can tell you this, Mr. President. No, the foreign policy of the United States is conducted by the President of the United States, not by a court. And no court in the United States has a right to conduct the foreign policy of the United States. It's that simple. End of story.
And that's what the Supreme Court held, by the way, to Marco's point. The Supreme Court said exactly what Marco said, that no court has the authority to compel the foreign policy function of the United States. We won a case 9-0, and people like CNN are portraying it as a loss, as usual, because they want foreign terrorists in the country who kidnap women and children. But President Trump, his policy is foreign terrorists that are here illegally get expelled from the country, which, by the way, is a 90-10 issue.
Well, Mr. President, you said that if the Supreme Court said someone needed to be returned, that you would abide by that. You said that on your correspondence just a few days ago.
How long do we have to answer this question from you? Why don't you just say, isn't it wonderful that we're keeping criminals out of our country? Why can't you just say that? Why do you go over and over? And that's why nobody watches you anymore. You know, you have no credibility. Please, go ahead.
Meanwhile, a heated Palmetto Bay, Florida council meeting focused on Councilman Steve Cody after backlash over social media comments he made following the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Residents called for Cody's resignation, while the vice mayor paused regular council business as public criticism and political pressure continued to grow. Right now, federal agents clashed with demonstrators during an operation in Portland, Oregon, making multiple arrests after protesters confronted law enforcement near a federal facility. Videos of officers rushing into the crowd quickly spread online, drawing sharply divided reactions as officials continue investigating the incident and the circumstances surrounding the arrests. Meanwhile, a video from a U.S. classroom is drawing widespread attention after a parent removed an LGBTQ pride flag, arguing it promoted political or ideological messaging in school. Supporters called the action a stand for parental rights, while critics said it targeted LGBTQ students. The incident has fueled another nationwide debate over classroom policies.
Hey, not. Wait, what are you doing? Not. Stop that. I am not paying I am not paying my tax money to support. Get out of this type of now. Why do you have this hanging? And why do you have this hanging up? It's part of the students. No, it's not part of anything. That is uncalled for. We are paying you to teach history, and that's what you need to be teaching. Excuse me, this is a public school, little lady. You are excused. You are. You see what's on this side? No. This needs to go exactly where it is, in the garbage. You need to go in the garbage. I'm teaching my son to grow up to be a man. And I don't want you hanging on flag. I'm calling security. Hanging a flag up for you to sit up there and teach them the type of stuff I'm trying to keep them away from.
I told you it would happen. I told you somebody can't gonna get mad.
You need to be teaching him.